This review is of the Bissell Little Green Proheat Carpet and Upholstery Deep Cleaner. And this is a remanufactured model. This is different from being refurbished. Remanufacturing is basically, well, like making it again. They take everything apart and replace all the parts that are worn or whatever. And it comes with a little bottle of their spot and stain remover, which is right here. And mine came without a cap, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But I've got lots of spots to clean up in the house anyways. And then it also came with the, what do you call it? I forgot the name. Oh yeah, it's the deep cleaner tough stain tool. It's the 3-inch tough stain tool. I thought it was also going to include the Pro Oxy spot and stain, but I guess yeah. This is just Bissell Pet spot and stain. So a little bit confusing, but and every purchase saves pets, which is great. What else can I tell you? Oh, it's got heat wave technology. I don't know why they call it heat wave technology, because as far as I can tell, this thing doesn't produce any heat. And so here's the diagram that shows all of the parts: power cord, extra tool storage, removable tool, spray tip, formula tank, heat wave technology, dirty water tank, flexible hose. Yeah. And this is the device. So as you can see, it's got a little thing here to hold the hose as it wraps around the body of the device. And there is this removable tool. If I can, that's wrong one. I grabbed the wrong thing. That's the right one. There are several other tools. This is only one of them. This is the 3-inch deep cleaner, spot cleaner. And you can store your tool right there on the back like that. Also, you've got your cord storage right here. I'm going to put this back on because I want to take it off and I want to show you. Now, first of all, you'll notice that there are actually a few parts here. One, we've got the trigger. When you pull the trigger, liquid, which is in this tank, you fill it up with hot water, tap hot, not boiling hot or microwaved hot, only from the tap. And then you add in the cleaner. And it says there are two options for how much you fill it up. One is, where is it? Oh, you can't see it from here. But on the inside here, there's a lower level here for water and then some formula. And then there's a higher level indicated on this side for water and formula and boost. And then you fill it up here. There is a hole underneath this handle that is covered with this rubber stopper. You pull it up and turn it to the side, and then you can fill it up straight from the tap, like you're supposed to. And then you can stopper it when you're done. And so that makes it fairly easy, not totally easy, depending on the size of your sink and how much stuff that you've left in your sink because you're not doing your dishes. You are doing your dishes, aren't you? Right. Of course you are. Silly me. So, with that said, the only thing that's left here is this sprays out, and it goes approximately in the area where the bristles are. And then, of course, you've got your bristles, and this part is the actual vacuum. But if you look closely, you'll see it's a really tiny slot, which provides for a lot of suction power. Yeah, that's, obviously that's a good thing. You can release this top part in case you need to see if there's something stuck inside, clean it up or whatever. Interestingly, the spray, the hose for the sprayer runs inside of the return hose of the dirty water. So what I figured out is it says here in the instructions, which I don't have next to me, but the instructions say put it against the carpet and spray with the sprayer. But what I discovered is it was better for me to put it slightly above the carpeting so the vacuum wasn't touching it, and then spray, and then wait a few seconds, and then start hoovering away or vacuuming away. I don't know why would I say hoover? I'm sorry, Bissell. Bisselling away. Yeah, there we go. Go bisseling away. That sounds like bustling. Well, anyways. So I used it already with my son's help. He was very kind to volunteer some time to demonstrate or to test, I guess what we can say. We had some particularly bad stains by the front door. My daughter's cat has separation anxiety, and when it was unattended or it felt neglected, it would vomit up its meal, which is okay when he actually did it on the on the kitchen linoleum or the bathroom linoleum, but oftentimes he wouldn't do that. Go figure, right? Well, anyways, let me show you. So he vomited a few times in this whole area here, and it used to be very, very dark. Now, if you look at that looks dark, but if you look at it now, like this area especially, that's about how dark it really was over here in this area and in that area there by the door. Most of that area was very dark, except for on the left where you can see the actual color that we're supposed to have there. And partially it's just from the rubber. There's a rubber draft barrier there, and that's probably contributing some of the dirt because it keeps on rubbing against it every time we open it. But as you can see, we can see the normal color over here, and we can see what was accomplished by using this tool. So it's not exactly as good as I hoped for. However, I have to confess, I was a little bit lazy. Well, not lazy really. I wanted to see what it could do on its own. So what I did is, it says to pre-treat what you're working on. And I was like, why am I pre-treating? I got this tool so I don't have to pre-treat. Because I can pre-treat and then use a towel and clean up the mess that way without spending, what was it, $70? I forget, $90? I don't remember. For a remanufactured vacuum. So I tried it without, and again, the results look like this. So there are areas where it looks absolutely great, but it's still a little bit wet, but not bad. And then there are areas where it looks like it really could use some extra help. Now, I'm going to use this again so that you can see live, so to speak, what its results are going to be. So take a look real carefully there. And before I start, I want to show you, this is the compartment that you fill up, and here you can see for a small area, that's how much water and formula you put in, and here for a large area, this formula plus boost and then water. And one thing that's irritating is it says 1 ounce of boost, but this is more than an ounce. I think I used like half the bottle probably, so be careful about that. And there's the fill port. You just pick it up like that and turn it to the side. It's a little bit, there you go. Fill it up, close it back up. Make sure you close it up fully or you're going to have potentially a mess on your hands. And then it sits back down inside the machine, which I will demonstrate to you. Just as easy as that. And then this is the dirty water. So all the water gets collected in this one, and when you want to empty it, when it's full enough, and this one is almost full. You can see that that's almost to the line. You just pull that out, turn it to the side, and then you drain it. So now I've got it full of tap water, and I've got some of the detergent in there. One thing I don't like is they should have designed it so that this was flat and a larger hole instead of angled, because it would be easier to fill it well, and then it would have been nice if these lines were on the other side. or somewhere where it's just a better design would be nice. But, you know, it's okay. Just not great. And we're going to get started now. I'm not going to be talking during this because it's noisy. All right, I just sprayed that area, and I'm going to give it a second. In fact, I'm going to spray this area over here too. So as you can see, the results with the amount of spraying that I did were not particularly impressive. So I'm going to add more spray to this. Now, if you look at my water supply here, you can see that I've already used a fair amount of the water in there, but there's still plenty going left because the line is only about there, so doing okay. But I'm gonna continue to spray. All right. So it looks better. Does it look great? Does it look like the regular or real color that we should be seeing? No, it doesn't, and that's why you're going to want to pre-treat it, because this just doesn't have the a good enough quality of detergent to get it clean this way. So I'm going to pre-treat it, and then we'll try it again to see how much more progress we can get. But before I do that, I am going to add some of this Rug Doctor Oxy Deep Carpet Cleaner to the tank and spray again and see what kind of results I get with adding this to the tank. Kind of mixed results. It looks a bit better, but still not great. So let's go ahead with the pre-treatment. All right, back we go to give it another try. I'll let it sit for a few minutes here. Oh, great.
What?
All right, so there's a little bit of a problem in that the hose is leaking. Here, it's leaking right there. And that shouldn't be happening, so I'm kind of ticked off about that. Jeez.
Guess what?
I did want to explain something to you. After I paused the camera before doing the pre-treatment, I put laid down a spray of the water with both the Bissell and the Rug Doctor over in this area here, just to see what results would they get there. And over here, I didn't do a pre-treatment, but I did put down some of the water that had both of those detergents in it. It doesn't seem to improve very much over there, but it is, I would say, darker than over here. I think this area got better results than that area over there. And the pre-treatment was sprayed over in this area here where I had already treated it, and it seems to have gotten the best results. And unfortunately, this hose is leaking a lot, which is really irritating. Maybe it's coming out of the part that connects it to the machine. I'm not sure. So, does it look better? Yeah, it looks better. Does it look like new, like with a professional rug cleaner? Absolutely not. And it's not powerful enough to actually get all of the stuff out of the carpeting. And as if you were watching, you'll notice that there was white here and white here the whole time from beginning to end. So it's not actually got enough suction power in it to do a proper job, and the carpet cleaner detergent isn't as powerful as it should be. And it's taking me a long time to get done with this. I'm really not satisfied with this. I mean, between the leaking, which isn't a big deal because it's just leaking on the carpeting, but more importantly, it's taking me a lot longer to do this than it would have been if I just pre-treated it and then scrubbed it with a towel. And number two, I mean, you've used up almost the whole tank now, and it's still far from where it should be. I mean, you can compare and say, oh, it's better. I mean, there's no doubt that it's better because doesn't look like the area that's right around it there. But, and forget about that triangular shape. That's from my tripod. But if you see, it's definitely not even close to what it should be in terms of the color. So in the end, it's not perfect, but it sure beats what it used to look like. I had a little stain down there where it's bright, and that was a food stain of some kind, and that came up very easily. This stuff here, the main traffic area, however, between the fungus from the vomit, from not cleaning it correctly, and the traffic and the rubber, however, now ignore this area up here. I did not try to retreat that one after my son worked on it, but you can see this area looks fairly good, except for right there by the metal. I also treated some drips from food or whatever that were on this area here, and they've partially come up, but not completely. I did not pre-treat. I had some food stains over here that cleaned up fairly well, except for that one there. And then there was another one over here that came up really well. So it really seems to be, oh, sorry about that. It really seems to be that it depends on what you're working on as to how much effort. I mean, this has been 25 minutes, well, probably 20 minutes of me working on this during this video, and still I did not get the results. Initially, I did not get the results without a lot of extra effort, including trying to get all that liquid out of the carpeting, which should have been a relatively easy thing to do, but it wasn't. So I will be returning this product, and I don't recommend it. I mean, if you don't mind spending a long time just working on one spot, especially if it's a difficult spot but in a high traffic area, then hey, you might as well grab some hot water and a towel and some Folex and go at it, because Folex is great. It does a great job. But otherwise, this is not an ideal choice. If you can afford to get a better unit than this, absolutely do so. The reviews online are pretty good for this. Product is like 4.3, I think it was, out of 5. However, I can't be that generous with it because it doesn't deserve it. There's way too much effort. There's not enough suction. The cleaning agent doesn't work well enough without a pretreatment, and you have to heat up the water yourself. And although it says heat wave technology, I didn't see any signs of it keeping the water hot. So to me, I don't know what that heat wave technology is supposed to mean, but it doesn't mean much for me. In addition, so let's see, you have to heat up your own water, you have to pre-treat, you may have to add an additional detergent for tough spots, and you have to do a lot of scrubbing and a lot of suctioning, and I almost forgot, before you use this product, and I would assume this is fairly true in general of smaller products like this, but I don't know, you do have to vacuum first. They don't recommend that you use it as a vacuum because it probably will get clogged up pretty easily. So definitely vacuum first. So vacuum, heat up the water, add the detergent, pre-treat, then spray with the liquid in the tank, and then scrub and suction, or Bissell. So it's just a lot of extra effort that could have been, you could have gotten the same basic results by just using Folex and a nice towel and scrubbing. So do you want to spend $70, $80, $90, $100, or maybe more than that? Or do you just want to spend about the same amount of time and save yourself that money and the money you need for buying more of the Bissell product or the Hoover product or the Rug Doctor product? Or spend hundreds of dollars and get a real good quality carpet cleaner, because this is not worth it. So I'm going to give this, I'm going to give it a 4. Thanks and that's out of 10, not out of 5. So thanks very much for watching, and hope you have a great day.